Horizon Zero Dawn: The Forbidden West, the next possible location for the upcoming DLC expansion, or the next location for the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel. For which one, I cannot be sure, but I can tell you I am 99.9% sure that the Forbidden West is an upcoming location we will see in the future of Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, let's get into it. First of all, what is the Forbidden West and how did we come to know of it? Well, in game there is a side quest you can find east of Sunfurrow's hunting grounds with an NPC named Bryn, an outcast of the Banuk. Now Bryn drinks the blood of machines we collect for him and gives us insight to his visions he sees after drinking. During this side quest, Bryn mentions tribes from the Forbidden West that drink the blood of machines, and at the end of this quest mentions that he himself will be travelling west due to the incoming storm he sees in his final vision. So what this tells us is there are new tribes and lands to the west. Now if we travel west within the game ourselves, we will come across an area called Blazon Arch, where you will find a boat with a piece of parchment that also mentions the land of the Forbidden West in quite immense detail. Before I go over the information written on the parchment, I want to discuss the location of where Horizon Zero Dawn takes place. Now thanks to certain landmarks found within the game such as Colorado Springs, Pike Peak Range Riders Memorial and Denver Stadium, we know Horizon Zero Dawn takes place within the state of Colorado, found within the United States of America. So to get an idea of where the Forbidden West will take place, we just need to look at what is west of Colorado. And the next states west of Colorado happen to be Utah, Nevada and California. But going back to the parchment, the Forbidden West sounds a lot like Utah to me, and it is the first land west of Colorado. So the first key information we can compare is the tales told by the travellers crossing the palest white deserts and witnessing the limitless sweeps of blue sand that seem to reflect the sky above. Now Utah today is currently about 33% desert, with amazing scenery, and the reflective sky on the ground sounds a lot like the Bonneville salt flats of Utah to me, which are an incredible sight to witness, and are made up of water, salts and minerals that occur naturally, and people have often described salt flats like a heaven on earth. So if this is the case, I cannot wait to see how Guerrilla Games recreate this in the Forbidden West and how amazingly gorgeous the scenery will actually look. Now, since Horizon Zero Dawn takes place near 1,000 years into the future, the landscape will be open to changes, but these are similarities that have seemed to stay true. So the next thing we could compare to Utah is the description also written on the parchment, which is
a lake 100 times the size of Daybring, so wide the far shores cannot be made out, and so deep an entire city of ancients stand drowned within. The water is sour to the taste and sickening.
Now this sounds a lot like the Great Salt Lake found in Utah, which is salt water, hence the taste, making it undrinkable. And I also believe 1,000 years into the future, the lake must have gotten a lot bigger too, and I personally cannot wait to see what new and exciting machines we may find here. Moving on, the parchment also talks about skeletal towers mirrored in the sea of sand and vast metal birds now fallen. So from reading this, I believe we will definitely be visiting more ruins of our ancient world, like that found in the far east side of the map in Horizon Zero Dawn, which gets me super excited since after the jungle side of the map, the city ruins were my second favourite part of the current landscape, and hopefully we get to explore more ancient human things such as homes and more human possessions other than ancient vessels, which were in all seriousness mugs people, mugs. Also, the vast metal birds sound like aeroplanes to me, and I think this will be epic if we get a chance to explore the inside of crashed aeroplanes, or what's left of them of course. I could definitely see us scavenging parts from the crashed sites, and just think how cool it would be if a stormbird made an aeroplane its actual nest. New machines are also going to appear within the Forbidden West, which are much more dangerous than the current machines found within the Sundom, and it also sounds like the parchment is describing the presence of Horus machines in the Forbidden West, as it describes a machine with several limbs, vocal organs, and describes them as awful sounding, which to be honest sounds like Hades to me. So the Forbidden West could definitely be where Silence went, as in the end credit scenes he stood before a Horus machine in a desert-like landscape. The last thing I want to go over from this parchment is where it says, "One spoke of drinkers of machine blood, their lips and tongues stained, their teeth replaced with metal." Now this sounds a lot like Bryn, the NPC we did the quest for, and I have a strong feeling once in the west we'll definitely come across Bryn again. And this also tells us that there will be all sorts of new tribes and that life is thriving in more than one location than just Colorado, which opens up a whole world of possibilities. Now let's talk about Silence for a moment. When Aloy asks Silence where he will be going, he replies elsewhere and everywhere, which really doesn't tell us much. But from the end credit scene when Hades turns into the orb of energy and flies off into the sunset, he happens to go straight over Meridian, and if you follow this path on the world map, it pretty much does head west. Since Silence later then captured Hades, that must also mean Silence has gone west, since that was the general direction Hades was heading. Now call me a madman and I may be reading too much into it, but I definitely believe we will find Silence in the Forbidden West. So, I don't know if you know, but the writer for Horizon Zero Dawn was also the writer for Fallout New Vegas. And what's west of Utah? Only Las Vegas. But no, in all seriousness, in Fallout New Vegas there is a boat within the game that will take you to Kaiser's Land, a different location within the world. So I believe the boat found in Horizon Zero Dawn with the parchment is a symbol that we will be travelling to this new land, which in my opinion will be Guerrilla Games' version of the post-apocalyptic Utah, also known as the Forbidden West. So, to round it up, I've come to the conclusion that the Forbidden West will most likely be the location for the sequel of Horizon Zero Dawn. The game we have now is absolutely brilliant, and I cannot wait to see where this game will end up in a few years from now. The Forbidden West is as real as it gets. So guys, I would really like to thank you for watching this video. I admit I had a hell of a time making it and honestly learned quite a bit. I do hope you enjoyed yourselves. If so, please remember to subscribe for more Horizon Zero Dawn content and drop a like if you like. But anyway guys, take care for now, and I'll definitely catch you guys in the next one.